So this video's for, if you're wondering how I am. I've been, like, really good, like I said in the last video. It's just, today's really weird. Changes happen by day. I wrote something about that in my book recently. It's really, really good, and I'm really proud of how it's coming along. I'm almost starting to wonder if I'm meant to be a hopeless romantic, and if that's meant to, like, teach me something throughout life. And I think it is, and I think there's a lot that could teach me and that could teach other people. So I think instead of investing myself into other people so much, I'm gonna start investing myself into why I do that and why people do that and why the human heart works the way that it does, why humans work the way that they do, why I work the way that I do. A lot of it already makes sense to me, but I think there's a lot of power in it, and if I could learn either to control it or express it better, which I guess is what I'm doing already with YouTube, singing, dancing, writing. I have so many outlets, and I've never realized it before, so coming to terms with a lot right now in life. I think the new moon coming is just really affecting my emotions and my hormones. I've definitely been, like, having issues, like, going back and forth, like, knowing that I'm worthy of the things that I know I deserve, and then just randomly faltering and having, like, life is a big wheel. I've had a lot of moments like this throughout my life where my emotions get the best of me, and my anxiety, it's really bad, and it kicks in the depression again. But this is one of the few times where I'm able to process it and bring myself away from that and realize that I can control that. And for me, if I heard somebody say that before, I would have freaked out. I would have said, no, don't say that, you cannot control anxiety, that's horrible to say. And I mean, that is true, you can't necessarily control anxiety. When I get scared by somebody who comes around a corner, I can't control that. Seriously, the reaction you're gonna get sometimes is, or at least that's what I feel like I do. I feel like my whole body physically shudders. Like, that's what it feels like. So I know you can't control anxiety in that sense, but when it starts to well up and it gets really bad, I'm able to control it a lot better these days. And so right now it's coming up a lot, and it's teaching me what it is that gives me these spouts of anxiety, and how I can control it, and how I can turn my mind around from it by thinking, you know, different kinds of thoughts. I keep going back and forth with, like, really bad, just, you know, doubting myself and doubting what I know I deserve and what I should do. And then something will come into my mind and make me really, really strong again. And this time it was to start recording myself and just to talk out what I'm feeling. And I thought I was just gonna be crying, but I've been talking this whole time. But yeah, a lot of the times when I feel myself getting overwhelmed, I come to one of my outlets, and it totally makes my mind forget about what was causing me anxiety, what was freaking me out. A lot of the times you just have to refocus your brain and refocus what is aching you. I'm really getting disappointed in myself because I'm not able to say exactly what I want to. I'm not, like, able to describe exactly what's in my head, but I bet you if I started to write right now, I'd be able to describe it. So my dog is just staring at me. Whenever I get on my bed without her, she stares at me like she expects something from me.
What?
But I don't know, I feel like emotions are just gonna well up again as soon as I stop recording. I guess that's what it means to be a turbulent advocate. It's my personality type. It makes a lot of sense that the word turbulent would be in there. When you look up turbulent, here's the definition of that. So, I'm coming to terms with, I always used to be so scared of that and so worried about, me being so emotional, scaring people away from me, and people not liking that about me because I'm so used to that. But what if I just accepted that? Because that's who I am. And what if, instead of agreeing with people who don't like that about me, what if I let those people go? No matter how much I love them and want them to like me, what if I realize that it's okay? That this is who I am. It's okay to be emotional and turbulent and unsure sometimes, because that's humans. And whoever's made you and me feel wrong about that, they have their own issues. And they have their own issues with expressing emotions, which, I gotta be honest, is kind of sad, because being able to express myself has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I also want to say, if you've been following me for a while now, my lucky number is still following me around, like, insanely, especially lately. Like, I know I say that a lot, like, especially lately, but it keeps getting stronger. It's testing me. It's all a test. It's all keeping me strong and making sure that I can stick with being strong and stick with who I am. I really don't want to, like, keep crying after I stop recording, but I promise you guys I'm okay. I'm just, like, really, like, feeling a lot of the universe's emotions right now. It's intense. I want to end this with, like, some Buddhism thoughts that I've been thinking about lately. I remembered that I used to talk about being a monk when I was younger, and, like, seriously, I used to wonder about monks and if a female could be a monk and blah blah blah. Please don't bring gender into this. I was a child. I wasn't thinking about there being only two genders. Let's not talk about that. But females can be monks. I mean, depending on the area. I couldn't remember how long ago I was talking about that, so I made a post, and one of my friends from elementary school says that she remembered me talking about it. Me and this girl were only friends in elementary school, which means I was talking about living as a monk in elementary school. So many traumatic events happened throughout my life and my childhood and teenage life that I was strayed away from my own beliefs and my own thoughts that I was, like, the path that I could have gone down, And it's really intense to me, and I'm not blaming anybody either. I'm just saying the environments that children are in can really affect them. I'm having more profound realizations as I'm talking about this, so I'm gonna stop talking, have some more reflections on my life and me as a person and how things have affected me and how I think things have affected me and how every person is completely different and how things can affect every person completely differently. So if something has not affected you but has affected somebody else, don't judge them for it, because that's not going to help anything, nor is it going to make them feel better about themselves. You shouldn't make somebody feel singled out for being different than you in any way. At this point I don't even know what I'm saying, but I feel like it somehow makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to get stoned and probably write some more and maybe read this really good book and try to ignore Instagram and the guy that I'm totally in love with that is affecting me but somehow not affecting me the most out of anybody I've ever liked. I love you guys. Have a good day, good night, good evening.